Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 483 Leaks Galore. I am one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me, as always, is my bestest pal, my sidekick, my amigo,
Sidekick?
and hence, I am your sidekick. Not that you are
We
lesser than me.
a sidekick is lesser. Sidekick does not upstage
Okay.
the big kahuna.
My my
We Wonder
equal
Twins
in all rights and privileges and
and salary.
in salary. Yeah, my
Very
bestie, Rob.
nice. Hello, this is Rob, also known as Presar.
So you can listen to us live on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube every Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific. So let's jump into what we've been playing. What have you been playing this week, Rob?
So more Fortnite. Always a good time with that. And today I played a rather lengthy game, which I'm going to call the Xbox game, which was really strange because I had some time this afternoon. I cut the grass. I did a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play the Xbox. And so I sat down. And then for the next forever, I was updating things. So, and it was interesting where, so there was an update on the Xbox. All right. So I applied that. And there was an update. So I checked my receiver. There was an update for my receiver. So I updated that as well. Then I went in and I checked the TV. There wasn't an update for that. But the receiver update took forever, as apparently the Xbox one did. And then once everything got up and running again, then so if you remember a couple weeks back, I I had the nastygram from Comcast that I was
Uh-huh.
approaching my limit. So I did what you suggested and I turned off all the automatic updates. So now nothing updates automatically. And as soon as I see a game that I want to play needs an update, I have to go through the motions. And it's
Yeah.
like, so now it's like, okay, I'm going to play. And then, oh, there's an update. So you're sitting there like, this is cue the elevator music, like do 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 do, like while you're sitting there waiting for this thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there's a really strange, like hidden consequence, I guess, to saving on bandwidth,
Yep.
and that was like really unexpected, and that took a lot longer than I thought it would. And then by that time, I was like tired. I was just like, was tired from doing everything, cutting the grass and everything, and then it's like, oh, I just really need to take a nap. Just need to lay down, like veg, watch TV. So that was really strange. So that's maybe a public service announcement to everybody. Beware, if you turn that stuff on, it might sap your gaming time. Unfortunately, well,
Yep.
I guess maybe some people don't care about updates, but I'm a completionist with certain things. But yeah, so I did that, and then one of the games that I did update was Far Cry 5. So I finally started that thing.
It's about
Had
time.
it had it forever, and the game's messed up. Oh my gosh!
Which area did you go to first? Faith, John, or
I
was it who's the guy up
what?
north? Which area
I
did you
don't
go
I
to?
don't I don't think I even got that far. I was having such a hard time on the car chase. I kept having to redo it, and then I'm like, I need a break.
The car
So
chase.
yeah, did you not go through the car chase, or was it just
Is this
so
a
far in the beginning that you don't remember?
maybe? But did you get off the island? Dutch's Island? That's like the tutorial area.
No,
Okay. Did you go? Okay, let me ask you this. Did you Were you in a helicopter and landed at the church?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
did that.
that's the very start.
Yes.
All right.
So I didn't get more than like an hour into it.
Okay. So you
Mind you, this is like 2 hours into my
r-
process now
right,
of
exactly.
upgrades. So, you know, there was, I mean, I don't know if we should talk about it. I mean, everybody's probably played it by now
This
anyway.
is the very beginning, so it's not like you're ruining anything.
Yeah. So you meet up with the marshal and then you try to hightail it out of there. Are there like different plot lines for this thing or something?
No, that's right. That's okay. Correct. Now I know where you're at.
In a
Yes.
truck. In a truck.
Yes. Okay. That's at the very beginning, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, I just started.
Wow. Yeah, that's the very beginning. Okay.
Yeah, the very, very beginning.
I know where you're at.
And man, that game is tense.
Yeah. Yeah. Was your heart going pitter patter when you were walking into that church and like wasn't that just like oh my gosh, like people are looking at you and dude, I was like I thought I was going to get
Oh,
blown away. I was like I think this isn't even the character I'm going to play as. I think I'm going to get killed.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And it was funny, like all of the people in the church reminded me of Daryl from Walking Dead. I don't know why.
I
But
don't know.
yeah.
Scraggly hair.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, crazy game.
So
And I'm looking forward to spending some more time with it. But how about you? What have you been playing?
um the obviously, Gems of War.
Oh, I
Um
thought you were going to say Clash Royale.
no, Gems of War throwing you for a loop this week. Played some Homefront the Revolution. This is available on Xbox Game Pass. Man, this game is. I'm glad I didn't pay for this game. I can tell you that. I'm still
Wasn't this
playing.
the one that got trashed pretty much?
Oh
Bad
yeah,
reviews.
yeah. It wasn't a very good game. I think I like this. Well, I like this. I think better than the original game, the first one, because I do like that this is more. This is like an open world, so you can kind of go tackle different things and do different things. But it is really glitchy. In fact, I've got a there's like these bases, or I think they call them strike zones or something. But there's one in the red area that I've got all of them captured and taken over except for one. And you go over there and it won't like trigger the sequence of what I need to do. Like you got to get on this motorcycle and ride up onto these barrels, and then it's supposed to trigger and says hold right trigger to, and then you basically charge up this battery, which will turn on this generator and let you power up this computer, and then basically you capture the site. Well, it's a known glitch, I guess, and lots of people have been having it. They've never fixed it. So I can't capture that last point, which really kind of sucks. So I've just kind of moved on, but the gunplay is terrible. It's really it's really bad. It's just very subpar game. But I'm still playing because it's something to play. I like shooters, and I do kind of like the open world aspect of it. Um, but yeah, I've been playing that. Again, I'm really glad I didn't spend a lot of money or any money on it.
Or
Um,
did you? Because you're spending $10 a month.
oh my goodness. Yeah, it's fine. The next game I played was I did spend $10 on this one, and that was because I don't have the disc, and even though I've played this game back on the 360, I had to buy Burnout Revenge. It's now backwards compatible, and I was playing a lot of that the other day. The night I bought it, I was gonna be like, I almost got my wife to come down, but I was like, well, let me play this first, because her and I used to. That was the game we would pass the controller back and forth,
Yeah.
and try it on the crash mode and see.
Yeah, this is the intersection one, right?
Yeah, they got that in this version. So, and I was playing just like the takedowns and the races, and I was just like, man, this game is so fun. You know, it doesn't look great, but it's fun. it's so fun to play.
Looks
So,
good enough.
but I love it. So that's what I've played. Now I got to throw in a little something off topic here, and I highly recommend this. I believe it was Sean Imes. We all know they call me Imes, Sean Fuller. Um, he was recommending a show on YouTube Red called Cobra Kai, and I saw the trailer and I'm like, dude, this looks corny. But I ended up watching it, all 10 episodes, all of season 1 in a matter of like 2 days. And I really can't wait for season 2.
Oh wow.
If you don't know the name Cobra Kai, if that automatically doesn't tell you what this is that I'm talking about, do you know what I'm talking about, Rob?
Cobra Commander?
No, we're not talking video games. Get him a body bag, yeah. Wax on, wax off. Oh, come on, you're killing me, Rob. Karate Kid.
Yeah,
Karate Kid. You remember that movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Cobra Kai's was that dojo of boys that were always beating up on Daniel LaRusso, right? Who was the Karate Kid.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Johnny was the quote bad guy and Daniel was the good guy, right? And they faced off in this All Valley tournament. Well, this show has the exact same characters, same actors playing the same role like 20 years later. And you see these guys where they are today. And and I don't want to say much, okay? But there's a little corniness to it, but there is some great moments, and I absolutely love. I was going off on this today with my wife, telling her, I'm like, oh, this is great, and I was telling her why. They did a really neat job with this because they have these same actors, which is awesome.
Okay.
Playing their original roles, but you're seeing them 20 years later, like what happened to them, where they are now, what they are in their lives, what's going on. And then there's all there's these really cool twists and things that are going on, and how it all kind of, it's just, I don't want to say anything because there's so many things that I think would be better if people experienced it without me saying much. But what they did with the storyline, I think is like amazing. I love it. I absolutely love what they did. You get to learn. You'll see some scenes from the movie. They actually kind of play them for like flashback stuff, which is cool. They talk about characters from the past. You actually get to see like Johnny as a kid, and you get to see some of his backstory, so it's really cool. And to see kind of where they're at and how things have transpired for them, it's really good. And I guess they are going to do a season 2. It's confirmed for coming out in 2019. So, I liked it a lot. If you're a fan, if you're a child like me from the 80s and you liked Karate Kid, it's a really good show. I like it a lot. I can't recommend it enough. So,
okay.
But so check it out, Rob. I think you'll dig it. Especially you. There's some things in there right at the beginning you will appreciate the car that Johnny's driving. Might bring a tear to your eye.
Now I'm curious. But I am going to check out Burnout Revenge. I just picked it up.
Yeah, that's fun, man. That game is so fun.
Yeah.
So with Burnout Revenge, there's no multiplayer. There's no online.
It's pass and play.
Pass and play, right. So because it's which I thought was weird because it's a 360 title, but
yeah,
I guess EA has cut those servers off a long time ago.
So, oh, yeah.
And you can't go into multiplayer and it'll load up and it'll say, connecting to servers. And then after a few minutes, it says, you're not able to play this game at this time. Please try again later. It's like,
please try again. Never.
Never. Exactly. But it's fun just to play that game again. So cool. But that's what I did this week. So
Okay.
let us move along. So you can support the show by becoming a patron. Go to thisxboxlife.com/Patreon, and you can set up a reoccurring monthly donation to the show, which helps us pay to keep the lights on. If you want to do just a one-time tip, you can do that at thisxboxlife.com/donate. You can also subscribe to our channels on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube to be notified when we go live. All right. So, start the topics this week. Rainbow Six Siege has got a couple new characters, a new map, and some tweaks that have been announced. So they've got 2 new defenders, because the last one they put out was like the, do they call them attackers? I don't think that sounds right. But the operators weren't on the defender side. I think maybe it was attackers. But they got 2 new defenders, and let's see. It is called blah, blah, blah. So Ubisoft has described the map as the most competitive to date, which will arrive alongside 2 new Italian defenders. Season 2 will bring a new Season 2? I think that's a typo. This is Season 3. This is update number 2 for Season 3. It's going to have a new gadget, intel with it, as well as buffs to the clubhouse map and echo operator, and the new pick and ban system, in addition to some other fixes and tweaks. The pick and ban system was laid out in the roadmap earlier, so a team can ban an operator during the selection phase, but the caveat is that it's banned for them as well as their opponents. I guess if you really don't want someone playing as a certain character because it doesn't fit the need of that mission, you can ban them. I don't know, seems kind of weird. You can also adjust how drop shotting is handled and implemented a new counter diffuser animation. So more details will be released on May 19th and May 20th during the Pro League Finals Twitch stream. So that's this coming week. I would imagine we'll get to see the operators and stuff at that point too. All right. Call of Duty 4 Black Ops 4. Still don't know why that's the name. But the game has a release date of October 12th, 2018. So this is almost a month sooner. Normally it releases like first week of November. But what is it? Is it Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out in November?
Well, I'm not sure.
I know a lot of people were getting out of the way of that, but I thought Red Dead was coming out earlier. Redemption 2 release. Let me double check that. It's going to release. Oh, that's October 26th. So they are coming out before it. So I guess they don't want to come out after it releases. So yeah, if they come out during their normal time, it'd be a week or 2 afterwards. So they're going to release it ahead of time. So if you're looking forward to that, they do going to have zombie. They're going to have a zombie mode. They are going to have the battle royale mode hasn't officially been announced for Black Ops, but Activision expressed its awareness of the success of battle royale. So there is some assumptions and thoughts that there will probably be a battle royale mode, and the campaign is gone. So it's like no campaign again, which I don't understand. How are you going to call it Black Ops 4 if you don't have a Black Ops campaign? I don't know.
Very good question.
So, all right, Rob, you want to get a job with Microsoft?
Depends.
Well, this, a lot of news.
Would it put me closer to you?
Yeah.
Sold. Same city.
Yeah. Well, probably not. I think this is going to be down in California.
Oh,
California, as I call it. But
well, that's still closer.
Still closer. Microsoft has posted some job listings suggesting that the company is turning its focus towards developing AAA exclusive titles. And it also for its console. The listing is for a principal program manager in Santa Monica, and the candidate will be tasked with growing internal studio talent and working to help build a new franchise. It also calls for experience shipping high quality titles at quadruple A standards. There's been a lot of, I've heard on other shows this week then talking about what is quadruple A. We're kind of, and I kind of agree with some of the stuff I heard. They believe that's referring to basically 10 out of 10, like almost a perfect game, as good as you can get. But if some of this is looking right, then it looks like, Phil Spencer said last year at E3 that, I believe it was at E3, but at some point in the past year, he's talked about Microsoft focusing on getting some exclusives and buying or creating new studios to build new exclusive content for the Xbox. So I think this is kind of pointing in that direction, where they're trying to get some big name people and get some of these new franchises and new IPs coming to the Xbox. So I think that's kind of what that steers towards. What do you think of that, Rob? Good news, bad news, you don't care?
Well, is it going to matter since the PlayStation is just burying the Xbox?
Watch your mouth. Yes. And,
Come on, that's what the news is saying.
Oh, the news sucks. The news, it's fake news. We're real news here.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, let's get to that's interesting, but not a whole lot exciting to talk about. So let's get into something really cool. Walmart kind of let the cat out of the bag maybe this week.
Whoops. Those retailers.
Just Cause 4, Gears of War 5, a new Splinter Cell game, Rage 2, Lego DC Villains, and Borderlands 3 have supposedly been leaked by Walmart Canada. And the interesting thing about this is that Bethesda, makers of Rage, immediately jumped onto the social media and we're kind of digging at Walmart and different things, but they've continued it, this kind of social media thing, to the point where people are now believing that they think Bethesda's going to release Rage 2, that this game is, was one of their secret things that they were probably going to reveal at E3. And I'm sitting here going, I remember the first Rage. I remember that game sucked. I did not like it. Remember it came on 3 discs on the 360, back when we had to swap discs,
Was that the one that it was kind of like in the desert, like some ship crashed or something in the desert? Or am I confusing it with something else?
Well, there was it wasn't a post-apocalyptic desert type wasteland. You had to get a buggy, so you were in a town, and you'd leave the town out into the wasteland or the desert. But when you did, you were in a buggy, and you would be driving, and then could be running into other cars, and you're doing auto combat, and you were trying to drive to the next hub area where you would be on foot doing missions and stuff like that. And it just
that's the game I was thinking of.
The game looked great, right? The visuals were stunning back in the day, but it was a boring game. And now that we're hearing that a possible Rage 2 is going to come out, I'm like, really? I won't be biting on that one. I bought the first time, and no, I'll be passing on that one. I mean, Borderlands 3, we know that one's coming. I mean, what's his name from Gearbox? Randy Pitchford has all but said it. I mean, I think he has said that they're working on it. They got a team of people working on it. That one's not really, a surprise. I would imagine Gears of War 5 is coming. We've heard of a new Splinter Cell mentioned. Just Cause 4, I would love to see Just Cause 4. I love Just Cause the series. Those are fun. They're just blow up, destroy everything, crazy off the wall action games. I'd be all for that. So, and I don't see that one as far out, but the whole Rage 2 thing just was like, huh? I don't get it.
Yeah, there was an article on PC Gamer about an hour ago that said that there's going to be a Rage 2 announcement trailer tomorrow.
Really? Well, I think I saw something today about what was it? Did it say a new trailer or something? But it was just a black screen.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't remember where I saw that. I think I saw that on the Horrible Gamers Facebook page. Someone had posted that, and it was just blank. It was like the new box art, and it was just black screen. It was just nothing there. But that's the thing; they're continuing to like go into this. So it's like, is this like a joke, or was this like a total mistake? Bethesda's jumping on it. Well, that's the thing.
This is priceless.
Well, it depends. Okay, so if all right, so if the game's real, then yes, it's free advertising. But if it's not, then why would Bethesda be doing this? Like, does that make any sense?
I see what you're saying. So, I mean, that leads me to believe that it's real. Their game just got hyped prior to their announcement.
Yeah.
And they're probably stepping up their announcement.
Yeah,
they can't
could be.
lose the momentum.
Right, could be. I guess we'll see tomorrow if we see a trailer drop. But I again, with this one, if this is real, I don't think how good the game looks, I have any interest in it. Because the other game, the original game, was gorgeous, without a doubt. But I did not like the game, And it doesn't matter how good a game looks. If it's not fun, it's not fun.
Yep.
So that's like going back to Burnout Revenge. Game doesn't look great, but man, is it fun to play. And that's what matters.
Now I'm actually excited to fire it up. I love those intersection those crashes.
It was weird because as I was playing it, I think in Burnout Paradise with their Showtime mode, that might have been the one where you could move the car around, and you can't do that in Burnout Revenge. It's like you go in and you smash and create an explosion, and your crash breaker has to like build up, and then you can like hit the button to like then explode, and then you can kind of control the direction your car goes. But I was like, I thought I could do this the whole time. It was like I couldn't remember. I'm having like cross confusion on these different versions. But yeah, it's just so much fun to see the damage, the money meter go up on how much money you're causing damage, and then beating, trying to get the best score you can to get gold and stuff like that on each level. And fun, man, fun stuff. So, all right, so we will definitely if there's a confirmation for Rage 2 this week or any of these titles, we'll definitely talk to you guys. We'll bring it up next week in the show, and we'll probably be talking about it on the Facebook group. So, a couple more items I have. Star Wars Battlefront 2. They've got a Han Solo content. Is going to be the season begins on May 16th, so that's 3 days away.
Yeah.
EA and DICE have outlined the plans for the upcoming Han Solo content. Let's see. It says it starts May 16th and will spread across 2 months. So the new Jabba's Palace multiplayer map will be introduced, located in the Dune Sea on Tatooine. It will be available in Blast, Hero Showdown, and Heroes vs. Villains. The new Hero Showdown is a 2 versus 2 round-based elimination mode, which pits teams of 2 heroes against one another in a battle. If your team wins a round, you must pick different characters to play as. There will be 5 rounds in total, and the first team to win 3 rounds will come out victorious. Players can also look forward to Starfighter Custom Arcade, where you can try out starfighters from every Star Wars era and battle against other players. Additionally, the new Last Jedi inspired appearances are being introduced as well. Lando Calrissian is getting the Skiff Guard disguise, while Leia Organa will soon be able to wear her Bausch's bounty hunter suit. Leia will have a new voiceover when dressed as a bounty hunter. DICE is also adding a variety of updates to the game as well, so look for some new changes and new content starting this week in Battlefront 2. The newest one, not the back compatible one. Also on the 17th of this month, Inside Xbox Episode 3 debuts, and they're going to be having a lot of focus on State of Decay. So, like, I think the previous 2 episodes, were they both Sea of Thieves?
Well, I think one was prior to the launch, just prior, and then the other was post.
Yeah, so I think they were both Sea of Thieves focused. Right now, this one's going to have a lot
heavy,
of State of Decay
too.
So it's not all that, but it's going to have a lot of it in there. So keep that in mind if you're interested. And these shows are really good, so you can watch them on probably their YouTube channel, Mixer, where else? Probably maybe on their Facebook. But yeah, tune in to Mixer, Xbox, Mixer.com/Xbox. Twitch.tv/Xbox, Facebook.com/Xbox, and Twitter.com/Xbox. So,
yeah, and while you're on any of those, you can subscribe to us too.
Exactamundo. So I'm gonna check it out. That show, those are good shows.
They are very well done.
And then the last thing, Rob, I wanted to ask this. I put this in at the last second because to me this wasn't a news, but the more I think about it, this just boggles my mind. And I wanted to know your thoughts on this. How in the heck can a video game cost, cut the ads out of the way, $75 to $100 million, and that doesn't include the $35 million marketing budget?
Wow.
So $135 million for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Like, how many games do you got to sell to even break even? I didn't do the math. I should have done the math. I think I will do the math. I mean, does that even make sense? Does that seem like just crazy?
Well, I remember, what was it? Assassin's Creed 2, or maybe it was 3. They mentioned that there was like 500 people or something like that working on it. And the games now probably are even more. And with all of the motion capture that they do, because, I don't think any of these games now have, artists, moving them around digitally. I think a lot of it is just motion capture. You have actors or really fit people, depending on the game, that are jumping around. That's why it looks so good. And I think also, well, a lot of the facial artistry looks a lot more believable. It's not as like, the faces aren't as rigid when they talk anymore because they're actually, doing all those little dots on the faces and such. And so, I mean, that stuff costs a lot of money. And, you're tying up it's studio time, and then they have to do stuff with it afterwards. And also it just, it uses a lot of people, and these people are not cheap. It's, that's a heck of a lot.
Okay.
75 million.
Yeah. And so if I take the full 135 million and I divide that by $60, they got to sell 2,250,000 copies. Okay. Rise of the Tomb Raider across all platforms. Okay, so 2.25, right? That was across 4 platforms, mind you, because that included the PS4, Xbox One, 360, and the PC. So we won't have the 360 this time. But let's see, 1.89. Oops. Oh boy. I just changed my scene back. Sorry guys, we're still here. 1.89 plus. Oh, it's going to keep. Oh, come on, go backwards. Sorry about the scenes changing. I'm trying to use the calculator. It won't let me. Plus, so there was 1.89 million copies on PS4, 1.59 on Xbox One, 0.37 on 360, 0.15 on PC. Now, that's 4.35 million copies, but you are going to lose the 360, which is less than 500,000. So we would, if we cut that out, we're roughly about 4 million copies. So, and that's only if it hits those same numbers. You know, it's like, wow, that's I mean, you're cutting into, you got to sell half of what you sold last time just to break even. I think that's pretty risky. That's a lot of money. And how can it cost that much? I think some people are overpaid. $135 million.
So, like, you know, I'm looking up this the Star Wars films, for example. So, Force Awakens was supposedly 245 million. Rogue One, 200 million. So, for a movie,
I can see that.
Yeah. You know, for a movie, you know, they're doing all that, but you know, you look at the costs of that. There's location costs, you know, a lot of, you know, set production, carpentry, painting, all that stuff. You have similar kind of stuff, I think, with these games now, but it's all digital though. They rely a lot more on artistry and such. And
but I can like see that in a movie because you've got a lot of people that are doing work, acting. You got big names. When you're doing a video game, like, yes, you got people doing motion capture and stuff, and I know there's a lot of technology in it, but that just is a huge amount of money to put into a video game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, wow, that's a little risky, I think. And granted, they did sell. I guess they look at it that way. It's like, well, last time we sold over 4 million copies. You know, if we take half of that, we budget for the new one, and if we can sell the same amount, then they're gonna make $100 million, you know, or 135. They potentially could make $135 million if they sell the exact same amount. And with the consoles, you know, should have more sales out there. Hopefully, more people will buy, and the numbers will hopefully go up. But it just still seems like a huge money.
Yeah. So now that games are a lot more digital, copy wise, do they make more money initially at release now since they don't have to produce the media and the boxes and
that's the thing too. I'm giving them $60, which they don't get that whole $60.
Yeah.
So in reality, they probably got to sell. They may not even make half of that. So if that's the case, if they're only making $30 a copy off of retail, then they would have to essentially sell the 4 million copies to break even. But with digital, they're going to still have to pay Sony and Microsoft, you know, a fee because they're the retailer for digital. So the game company, still the developer, you know, who's a Square Enix, is still not going to make all that because Microsoft and Sony are going to take their cut out of the store. But I would imagine it's not 50%, but you never know. It could be.
Yeah.
So, but either way, a big number.
Yeah. And, you know, they're on the hook to sell a lot of copies.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I'm hooked. I'm in. I'll be buying it no matter what. But so they'll get at least my $60, and maybe they'll get more for a special edition or extra content. Probably not. I'll probably stick to the standard edition because this is the type of game that I don't do multiplayer. I just want story content. And like last time, I never bought the season pass or anything. But so
Yeah.
I don't know. This seems
Okay.
a bit much. All right, what you got?
Okay. Two things real quick. Number one, there's a game called Onrush that is going into beta this week. I believe it's on the 17th. Yeah, on May 17th. So there's an open beta starting up for Xbox and PlayStation 4. So you might want to check that out, see if you can get in on that thing. And it's one of those, you know, car racing fighting games, and it's not serious, if I can say that. So it's not like a regular Forza game. It's more like Blur.
Ooh,
You know,
ooh,
Mark?
ooh.
Remember?
That's the
Remember?
magic word.
Yes, yes. At least that's the sense that I got from the video that they had. So the graphics look pretty cool. Looks like it might be exciting. Like they have, you know, like takedowns and all sorts of fun stuff. So the game is going to be out on June 5th, 2018. So it's going to be releasing pretty soon. And they're going to have 2 tracks, an overdrive mode, a countdown mode, and 4 cars in this test. So check it out. And then also, I was kind of surprised by this. So apparently, there's a lot of games leaving Game Pass. Did you hear about this, Mark?
Yeah, but that's yeah, that's to be expected. They're only the Microsoft ones are going to stay in there inevitably because all the others are
Yeah.
owned by different companies, so they
Yeah,
dictate how long it'll be there.
true, true. But there's 21 games making an exit this month.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's 20%. Well, actually, no, it's
No,
21%.
it's less than that. There's well over 100 games in there
Oh,
because
for
they've been
some reason I
adding.
thought it was 100. Yeah.
They're over 100 was even the original when it first came out. They had over
Okay.
100.
But some of the titles that are going to be leaving. So actually, here's a list. I'll go through it real quick. Xbox One has Blood Bowl 2 and Defense Grid 2. Defense Grid was a pretty cool game. And then the majority of the titles are all Xbox 360. And you probably have a whole bunch of these because some of them were pretty popular. So there's Age of Booty, Sega Vintage Collection, Alex Kidd and Company, Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, and then a ton of Bioshock. So Bioshock,
All of
Bioshock
them.
2, and Bioshock Infinite. Yeah. Borderlands is gone, Bound by Flame, Dead Blob 2, Dead Rising 2 K0, Dig Dug, Final Fight Double Impact, Sega Vintage Collection Golden Axe, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Okay. Coliseum. Yeah. I thought it's spelled differently, but anyway. Operation Flashpoint, Dragon Rising, Pac-Man CEDX Plus, Sacred 3, Soul Calibur, and XCOM Enemy Within. So, I guess.
Well, also, if just a reminder, maybe you were going to say this, and I'm sorry if I tromped all over you. They are still available till the end of the month, and if you've played them and you want to keep them, you can buy them at a 20% discount while they're in Game Pass.
Yes.
So, I mean, and that's the thing too. It's like the cool thing about the Game Pass is stuff comes in, some stuff's going to go out, but if you like it, you can buy it at a discount because you're a Game Pass member. So, that's cool.
Does that mean that the game does not go on sale while it's in Game Pass?
Who knows?
You know, those crazy things that retailers do. Hey, look, 30% off coupon this week.
Yeah.
Everything's full price.
Yeah.
So
I'm not concerned with this.
No, it's just, you know, we know that this is happening. I was just kind of shocked that it's 21 titles going away, but they are all 360 almost.
And those might have been games. I think like Borderlands was one of the originals
Yes.
So it's very likely, my guess is that big chunk is probably the original group that was in there. They were probably all from the start, and they maybe said, "Oh, we'll give you 1 year or something." But I think when, what they're going to probably do is look at it and say, "Okay, so how many additional games did we sell through Game Pass? Did we make any more sales or anything like that?" And if they did, they'll probably be like, "Okay, let's put it back in there. Let's go back to Microsoft, and say, yeah, let's keep it back in there. We'll bring it back." Or maybe Borderlands 2 will show up in there, stuff like that. Because these third parties got to see if there's going to be a benefit for them. The good thing is pretty much everyone's played Borderlands by now. My gosh, dude, that game came out when I was living in Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay. I lived in Arizona for 5 years, and I've been in Washington now for 2. So that's at least 8 years old, that game, if not more. So it doesn't hurt them to put it in there.
Or you could use this as more of the ammo that Borderlands 3 is going to be announced soon, because they want you to buy it at full price.
Well, that's another thing too. They might be pulling that one because maybe they're going to bundle Borderlands 1 and 2, or the pre-sequel with Borderlands 3 on a pre-order or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they can do that stuff because the game's made its money. Those earlier old games have made their money. So, but if it's in Game Pass, but I don't know. There's a big list. I mean, we're just looking at one game. But it doesn't bother me that they're going, because first of all, I know Borderlands has been in there for at least a year. If I haven't played it by now, or if no one's played it by now, then they're probably not going to.
And if you haven't played it by now, there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's had
you should have
3 different Borderlands games out there.
Yeah. Plus that Telltale one.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right. That was it.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, here we go, Rob. It's that time.
Today on this Xbox Live, get ready for some major strife. Yeah, Wingman's got 709 wins. Today is just the start. Get ready for this rant.
All right. When I sat down to put the notes together and get the show ready tonight, I was like, oh, man, I don't have a rant this week. I'm like, man, the guys, the community's going to be upset if I go 2 weeks in a row. And then it hit me. I hate Sony.
Oh,
I do. This company just frustrates the crap out of me, and I'm going to tell you why. This Sony is an anti-gamers company, plain and simple. They hate gamers. They give off this air, or their marketing team likes to go, oh, we're all about the gamers. We're all about the gamers. But they don't want to advance gaming. They still think it's best to share physical media with your friend by handing it to them. Hello? Rob and I don't live close enough to physically hand a disc to each other. And guess what? We've moved on from physical media, Sony. There's this thing called digital media that is so much easier to share with your friend who may live more than a mile or 2 from your house. And it allows us to play the game together at the same time. Get up to speed, Sony. Catch up with the rest of the world, for crying out loud. Even Nintendo's got a digital marketplace, for crying out loud. And, the whole cross-play thing. Like, Sony just absolutely refuses to do cross-play with Xbox. Like, Nintendo and Microsoft are working well together. They got games coming out that are going to be cross-playable. Why is Sony not able to do it? Why won't they? Why are they refusing to get Xbox into that? They'll do it with Nintendo. They'll do it. And here's the thing, they'll do it with PC, which is still Microsoft. They won't do it with Xbox. And the only reason for that, I'm sorry, this is, yes, I don't work for the company, but I can't see anything other than that. Just childish behavior from the people running Sony. Ignorance on their part. And I really hope that I feel like Nintendo and Microsoft working well together, doing crossplay together, giving gamers what they want. I think it's gonna catch up to Sony at one point, and people are gonna be leaving them to go to Nintendo and to Microsoft because they have a larger gaming pool to choose from. It benefits the gamers, but Sony doesn't want that. And Sony also feeds into the idiot fanboys out there. There is no console war. The people that think that the world would be a better place if there was just the PlayStation and that's it, and there was no Nintendo and there was no Microsoft, they're a bunch of morons, because you're going to be paying well over $1,000 for that console, and you'd probably still be playing on a PS2 because there would be no need for competition, no need to make it better. Having multiple companies out there is why these guys are always trying to one up the other one, why they're improving their consoles and their systems and their games, because of competition. The competition's good. It's healthy. It helps to keep prices down, and it helps for us to get better, newer experiences, and it's all better. So, and they just keep feeding into that, like, negativity of, like, we're better than Microsoft, we're better than Nintendo, we've got it all, you don't need anything else. And it's just ridiculous. That's not the way it is. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to say, but those are my reasons why I hate Sony. I just would like, I'm glad Nintendo and Microsoft are working it out and making things happen. And that, that game, Rob, I don't know, we were talking about it last week where it was a racer that was painting. Did you end up getting that?
Yeah. No, I was looking at the videos and in the store, no, actually, it wasn't even videos. It was the game clips, and I was
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I'll pass. Especially after,
it was what, $28 or something?
Yeah, it was on sale, like $3 off or something.
Yeah. Ooh. I texted you, said, nope, not getting it when I saw that.
Yeah.
But I was like, this was the one I think that was a cross play with this one, if I recall. And I was like, well, if you do get it on the Xbox, I might buy this on the Switch just to try the cross play with you. See how that goes. But I'm glad you didn't, because I didn't want to pay the money for it. It looks not so great. But the fact that it's there, I think, is really cool.
Yeah.
So keep it up, Nintendo. Woohoo! Keep it up, Microsoft. Suck it, Sony. All right. Community time. Woohoo! You can visit, you can send us a voicemail by going to thisxboxlife.com. Click on send a voicemail. And I had one, didn't I? I do. I forgot to put it in here. We do have one. So I'm going to play that. This is from the Cornbread. Oh, and this is good. So if you have not got into Destiny Warmind yet, the Cornbread is sending in his review of that DLC. So here's what he had to say about it.
Hey guys, this is Cornbread here. Just wanted to give you a quick review on Destiny's new DLC, The Warmind. Pretty much reskin of everything, basic bland story. The missions are simple and easy. You can blow right past them, kill only the main boss of the story. Simple, easy, get it done just like every other existing Destiny. Haven't tried the raid yet, but I will, and I'll keep you guys updated. But so far, the Warmind DLC is just plain and simple. More story, nothing else added other than that.
All right. Thank you, Cornbread. Appreciate it. And you can tell he must be driving. You can hear his blinker.
Yeah.
I was cracking up when I heard that the first time. But see, he left us a voicemail and he was driving. So the rest of you out there, no excuses, especially when you're sitting at home. You can send us a voicemail. So thank you, Cornbread. Appreciate that. The next one, you can also send us an email by going to contact@thesxboxlife.com or emailing us at contact@thesxboxlife.com. Can't go there. But we got an email from Gunny Chief. And he says, "Hello, TXL crew. Would you like to see a new IP action RPG game at this year's Xbox conference? I would personally like to see them announce an open world or AAA action RPG game that is exclusive to the Xbox and playable on Windows 10. Keep up the great work and game on." So, an new IP action RPG game.
That'd be cool.
Crackdown, right? Crackdown 3, isn't that essentially an action RPG because you are boosting your stats as you get your orbs and stuff, and you gain as you drive, as you shoot, as you use explosives, as you get agility orbs, you can jump higher. You are building up your stats. I don't know if he means more in-depth RPG, but Crackdown is one. But
Nice try.
oh, he said no, like Skyrim is what he's looking for.
I think Final Fantasy falls under that too, right?
I have no idea. I don't play Final Fantasy, but Dragon's Dogma, Skyrim. I don't play those type of games. Not into the Skyrim stuff, but anything that's AAA, exclusive for the Xbox and Windows, I'm all for it, man. I'm good with that, and I say let's do it. Bring it on. I do think we're going to see some stuff, but I hope it's stuff that actually releases and doesn't get canceled like we've seen a lot of cancellations.
So here, according to Steam, action RPG, here's some titles that fall under that. You ready?
Okay.
Fallout 4, Witcher 3, Final Fantasy, Borderlands 2, Middle-earth: Shadow of War, Assassin's Creed Origins, Borderlands 2, Dark Souls, even Divinity: Original Sin.
Okay.
Fable. Quite a few. Yeah.
Fable, yeah, we know that's coming. Boy, that is the word
Interesting.
anyway.
Torchlight, yeah.
Yeah, there you
That's a
go.
good game.
So Diablo, like a Diablo style
Sure.
game. That they could do something like that too, because Diablo comes out once every 10 years, right? So they could do something like a game like that and do it more often. And if it was a good quality, I mean, Torchlight was a good example. That game was a blast. That one that's on right now for free to play, Path of Exiles, I think it's called. That's a great game, and that's free. So I'd be all up for something like that. So hopefully it'll happen, Gunny. We will see at E3. I do expect to get some new stuff announced, and I really hope they come in big. So we'll see. And I think anything that comes from Microsoft, anything that comes from first party is going to be playable on Windows 10. It's going to be cross-play, cross-buy, cross-save, all that stuff. That's just what they're doing. So, all right.
I just saw here. I was just looking up Torchlight. The developer shut down.
It doesn't mean Microsoft can't reopen them or buy the rights to the game, right? Wasn't that Runic?
Yeah. So China-based publisher Perfect World Entertainment shut them down. They bought them in a majority stake in 2010, and they closed them.
Perfect World, I thought, was the original Crackdown developer. I think that is.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that is. Well, if it's shut down, then the IP exists, right? Or just create something else. You don't even have to grab Torchlight. Just make your own. And what about all those types of games? What about something that's a Diablo style, but more of like modern or something? But it still plays the same play style. That might be fun. Modern day weapons and stuff. But I suppose the Diablo is cool because you still get ranged
Yeah.
weapons, you get magic users, you have more options. But all right, you can. Thanks, Gunny. You can follow us on Twitter, thesexboxlife.com/Twitter, and of course follow us on the Facebook group, thesexboxlife.com/Facebook. It's a closed group, so nobody will see you posting except those in the group. All right. And it's the time you've all been waiting for. Here we go.
Okay, Rob, what you got for us today? What you got? We're ready to play. Give us a list of games that we can buy and play. Okay, Rob.
All right, retail releases for the week of May 15th through the 18th include The Council Episode 2, Hide and Seek. Also on the 15th is Descenders, so they're both those two were on the 15th. Forgotten and Wizard of Legend. On the 16th, we have Lily's Epic Quest for Hidden Gems.
This is a match 3 game, by the way.
Yeah.
This one I got to check out because it's match 3.
Really? Oh, yeah. Doesn't look like it has the monsters and orcs and stuff like that.
No, it doesn't. Looking at the screenshot, it doesn't look like anything I would be interested in. But, I saw match 3, so that just perked my interest.
Score! Ding, ding, ding. Winner. And of course, we also have State of Decay 2 Ultimate Edition, which is early access, console launch exclusive, Xbox Play Anywhere.
So this is not so if you have Game Pass,
it's early release.
This is not it. We won't get this game until the 22nd. So this is if you buy it, pre-order it, and then you get it on Friday. So it doesn't have a date, does it? Because it comes out on the 22nd. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think you'll get it Friday the 18th. You get it 4 days early. But we'll see this in Game Pass next week on the 22nd.
So Ultimate Edition pre-order release date Thursday, May 17th.
Okay, Thursday. Okay.
This is according to that rumor site, Microsoft.com.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe anything they say.
Yeah. It's a Microsoft Store rumor site. Right. Yeah. Well, so they have. So it's so release date Thursday, May 17th at 11 p.m. So it's really a May 18th release.
Yeah, it'll be that Friday.
Yeah.
And then there's another game, one more.
Yeah, one more game, and that is Monster Slayers.
What is rogue? I keep seeing a rogue-like as describing the gameplay, but I guess I don't know what rogue is. You know what they mean by rogue-like gameplay?
So my interpretation of it, and I think this is accurate, is years ago there used to be a game called Rogue.
Right.
And it had certain elements in it, and all of these games are similar to it. So they're just comparing it to that. So, okay, what we could say Gems of War is Bejeweled-like. I don't know if there was. I don't know if there was one prior to it. I can't really think of any. So it's something along those lines.
I guess I need to find out what Rogue was then.
Yeah, that's an old game. It was Everybody freaking loved it.
Don't
But
remember.
yeah, it's very basic. But anyway, so Games with Gold is going to be doing the old switcheroo. On which day is that? So like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
So for Xbox One, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate that is going to be making its exit, and it will be replaced by Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And then through all of May, we have Super Mega Baseball 2. For Xbox 360 and backwards compatibility, Sega Vintage Collection Streets of Rage is going to be leaving, and we will get Vanquish on the 16th. So make sure you grab those. You know, the price is right if you have Xbox Live. And as usual, if you make any purchases on Amazon, make sure to use our affiliate link. You can find that on our website, thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. Click on the appropriate link for your country, US or UK. And if you don't see those links, make sure to turn off your ad blocker if you're running one. And then they're also in the Facebook group at the top, aren't they, Mark? I think they're posted in there.
What?
No, the Amazon links. I thought I saw them at the top of the Facebook group. Yeah, I think they're up there.
Sure.
If you're an iTunes user, make sure to find us on the iTunes store. Give us a rating on there, 5 stars if you would, a little review. The more of those that we get, the higher we get bumped in the rankings over there. Helps more people find out about the show. And you can also find us on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube as we broadcast on there every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. And adjust that for your locality, if you would. And once again, thanks to Learned Your Lesson for the music that we've had for the rant and the retail releases.
Yeah, that's it. The links are there. It's under so Facebook has changed a bit. It's not a. It's like it used to be pinned to be the top topic, but now it's like collapsed and it's under announcements. So if you look at, we have our community guidelines, basically the rules to the Facebook group, and then the US and UK affiliate links are there. So it's correct, Rob. You're correct, sir.
Okay.
So, all right. That I think is it for this week's show. So thank you everybody for watching and tuning in. I am Mark, aka Wingman709, taking off.
And I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody.